instead, and why not everyone is a fan of the idea.
Now on KCRA3.
A burglary at a store and a crash involving an officer, the string of events that led to those two incidents in Folsom. A group of firefighters may soon lose their temporary housing. The proposal to use the facility for homeless people instead. And why not everyone is a fan of the idea. Being transparent about election funds, the bill that would require candidates to disclose where they are getting their campaign money from.
Where the news comes first. This is KCRA 3 News at noon.
Taking a look at the Sierra, this is near Truckee, and you can see just how foggy things have been there today. A lot of moisture still in the air, which is amazing. Look at that blanket of fog just making its way through the mountains. And we got quite the light show last night. In case you missed it, our downtown Sacramento sky camera catching some of the brief moments. The sky was lit up. It was an exciting evening. We also had numerous reports of lightning strikes in the Davis area. And then look at this. A viewer sent us this video of water gushing out of a street in North Highlands. This was near Mount Auburn Court and McDermott Drive last night. And now here's a look at the damage. Big gaping hole left behind in the road. Witnesses on the scene tell us that 3 yards were damaged and water went into one of the homes, causing some damage there. No word on what caused that water line to burst. But let's get to our weather right now. Meteorologist Heather Walden, we had an exciting day yesterday. What's in store for today?
Well, Lisa, those showers and storms we had yesterday, they were hit or miss, but those that got hit pretty hard. I think the activity is a little bit less widespread today, but once again, there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. So when these showers and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms do bubble up later this afternoon, those that see the rain could be in for some brief, heavy downpours. Here's a view over South Lake Tahoe. Another shower coming in over the lake. Chilly too, by the way. Temperature's only 48 degrees here late this morning. Definitely a feeling of fall in the air there. And you can see over the last hour or so how the showers have started to redevelop. We're getting a little bit more daytime warming, a little bit more energy. We'll watch for those off and on showers along the crest of the Sierra through the rest of the day today. And you can see radar also picking up on some lightning strikes. That is something we'll watch for in the valley over the next few hours as well. Why? Because you see this little swirl of rain here off the coast. That's the same area of low pressure we've been watching for the last couple of days. Going to sit there through the day tomorrow too. So weather's going to keep us on our toes here for the next 24 hours or so. We will watch for a few showers and storms on the west side of the valley again this afternoon. Lisa will pinpoint where those could pop up, and we'll look ahead to the rest of the week in a few minutes.
All right, thank you. The wet weather in the Sierra made for multiple incidents along I-80 near Truckee. We have some video showing a trailer after a jackknife near Farad Road. The truck was carrying Pepsi products. You can see them spilled everywhere. This happened late last night. It wasn't clear until after 5 o'clock this morning. And of course, we'll continue to follow that. An officer also was involved in a collision on Folsom Boulevard in Sacramento. We've now learned a person's in custody. This all happened while police were investigating a store break-in. KCRA 3 was on the scene when that person was taken into custody. The store owner tells us the person in custody matches the description of the break-in suspect. However, police have not confirmed that person's identity. California wildfire coverage now in the mosquito fire. The rain we saw last night is helping crews fighting the fire in Placer and El Dorado counties. Several evacuation orders and warnings in both Placer and El Dorado counties are now downgraded, which is great news for the people who live there. Containment has grown to nearly 40% now. It's still at 39%. The fire has burned just over 76,000 acres. It didn't grow any yesterday. Those numbers have remained the same the last 24 hours, which is excellent news. This is a closer look what the crews were dealing with. That rain, which fell last night, was farther east where the fire is actively burning. CAL FIRE crews may soon have to move out of a facility in El Dorado County to make way for housing for people who are experiencing homelessness. This afternoon, the Board of Supervisors will consider a recommendation that the county end its lease agreement with CAL FIRE at a site on Fair Lane in Placerville that houses up to 80 seasonal firefighters. 2 board members are proposing the county set up a temporary navigation center at the site to serve the unhoused, while the county looks for a more permanent site for people experiencing homelessness. The county's auditor controller doesn't think that's a good idea right now, telling KCRA 3 he's concerned CAL FIRE seasonal workers won't have a place to set up during fire season.
What I'm requesting the board to do is delay this action until we're confident that CAL FIRE has an alternate plan. They're our neighbors and they're our partners. We need CAL FIRE to help us.
CAL FIRE told KCRA3 it's always known this was a temporary site for them, and they've been working on acquiring another location for several months now. A veto now from Governor Newsom saying one proposed program would cost just too much. AB 552 aims to help children with private health insurance access mental health care at school. Governor Newsom argued parts of the bill would have duplicated work the state is already doing. He also said state revenue has not been coming in at the rate state leaders expected. This despite a projected $97 billion state budget surplus. Well, the month of September is Suicide Prevention Month, and the latest National Veteran Suicide Prevention Report shows in 2019 and 2020, the number of veteran deaths by suicide decreased. For context, those are the latest years that the data is available. The report examined veteran suicide information from 2001 through 2020. Here's what it shows. From 2001 through 2018, the number of veteran suicides increased on average by 47 deaths per year. And then in 2019 and 2020, there were consecutive reductions in suicides. 307 in 2019, 343 in 2020. And this was an unprecedented.
With the news comes first. This is KCRA 3 News.
Need to
Now on case.